Hi folks, welcome back. We've got a couple things to do yet, and then he'll be ready to be painted after we put all the texturing on. And there's a lot to do. We have to do the brim of the hat, the tassel, his beard, the bottom part of his coat, and what's on top of his boots. So I'm going to show you some of it now. I won't go through the whole rigmarole, but up here on the hat, it's pretty simple. It's what we did before. I always take it at an angle. This is what's called a dockyard V-tool number V3 is what I'm using. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to do short little strokes here. And I usually go from the inside of the brim to the hat. As you can see right there. Let me take these off here. Alright. You can see better without those than with. Alright. And you kind of just go at an angle all the way around. And you can do that all the way around, and then when you come up here, it will be almost alright. And then I turn it around, and then I do the brim portion, the very edge, and the same kind of direction where the top is going. Now this is a little funny right here because you're going right across the grain. It's very easy to chop something out by accident. Okay. And then what you do is you just kind of go in here and do little crisscrosses to match the two sides up. And keep going. Do another little layer. And that's how it's done. Okay? So that's how you do the brim. Now, I'll finish all this up and show it to you later. But I'm just giving you directions on how to do it. The mustache is a little different. It's coming around this way, so we need to kind of bring it this way in this direction, just like so. Same thing with this. It's going to come out a little bit here, like this. So it's all flowing in this direction, okay, flowing down this way. And then when you get up here, you're going to go right underneath the nose, just like you normally would. And over here, you're just going to do little strokes out, just like you normally would with a beard. And just kind of, I always do the edges first and then work my way in the center and kind of blend everything together. That way things stay a little bit more even. And if it doesn't free up underneath the nose, you do this. Also, the nose, before I forget how to do that, I take a little gouge and I make one little nostril over here. Okay, the half circle on the gouge is just perfect. Push it up there kind of nice and tight. Alright. And kind of space it the same way on the other side. And go up. And you're going to just pop those out. There's one. And let me look at that over here. I didn't get that in there right. Let's do that again. A little bit more. There you go. See if we can get that out now. But yeah, that came out right away. So there's your two nostrils. Alright. Going back to the V tool. We're going to kind of finish this up here. Kind of turn it back upward. You know, kind of go with the flow here. See how we have it flowing down and around? And I keep flipping it around a little bit because I'm going against the grain and I can tell when it's going to possibly rip out instead of cut out. Now if your little tool's nice and sharp, you're not going to have that problem. Okay, so that's the mustache. We're done with that. Yeah, I'll redefine that later. And then over here, since it's going upward, I'll do the outside kind of first, up here. Alright, and kind of turn it a little bit as I'm cutting it to give a little bit of a curvature. And I'm just roughly going over it to give me an idea how it's going to flow, and then I'll go back and fill in all those spots. Now here it's going to come this way, up and around. Alright, that's kind of done there. Let's see if we can do some deeper gouges here and there. Alright, and then over here it's going to be a little bit different. What you're going to do is you're going to come out, because you want contrast from, but we know it's going to go around the corner here, so just kind of, and then this is going to kind of go out like this. Alright, good. It's trying to blend everything in, you know, that there's a nice flow. That's not always easy to do, but we try. Okay, so there's our mustache and our beard are pretty well done. I'm going to go back and refine everything later. I'm going to finish up the brim of the hat. The tassel is pretty simple. I just make little gouges in it as well, and go around the outskirts of it first, a little bit at an angle if possible, all the way around, and then I work my way back to the middle. Now you're going to have a lot of stragglies like this. You can take your knife back and cut them off. See how we're getting a spiral there? Alright, so that's the tassels kind of done. I'll go back and look at that later. Then the bottom part of the coat is the same way as the brim. It's to the left. I always do the top portion first, and then the bottom portion, and then one down the center, a little bit of a crisscross, and that's how you get your thing. And I'll finish that up off one line. Same thing with this here at the bottom. And we're going to go all the way around. I'm going to finish this offline and I'll come back to show you what it looks like. Again, you always work from the inside to the outside on these things. Try not to push too hard. You don't want to go into your pants or into the boot. Then you go back and you kind of crisscross a little bit, and that will give you that nice texture that you're looking for. So I'll be back with a couple other tips after this and show you what it looks like, and then we'll have a final one when it's completely painted. So I'll be right back.